Before beginning this video, I would like to ask you one thing. What do you think is wrong with this clip?
I have quite a simple question for you. Now, I know you've debated Dean Withers on Jubilee before. I was wondering why you now refuse to engage with further debate with him.
This might seem so subtle to some. Just a girl asking a question. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. But here's the thing. There's a caveat here. The issues being discussed by these people are apparently the end-all be-alls. And I'll even agree, right? Trans issues, abortion. These are problems plaguing the world, especially the West at this point in time. And we've turned these two sides, the left and the right, into just bozo shows, clown rallies. I think the main reason this has happened is due to two major players. Of course, I can't blame everything. This has been going on for a decade now at this point. But currently, I would like to blame this on our two major players, who are Charlie Kirk and Dean Withers. And in this video, I'm going to lay out why. Why are these two only the people that are going to be targeted for, at least in my opinion, the downfall of political discourse? Well, in that clip I showed you at the beginning, I hope you kept that in mind, and I hope you have an answer in your brain now. We have Charlie Kirk going to Cambridge, one of the most academic schools in the world, and being asked, when are you going to debate Dean Withers? Now listen, no hate to this girl, of course. Freedom of speech, say whatever the hell you want. It's not really her, though. It's the overall symbol that this kind of shows. You know, we're more focused on the two big creators that, we love on either side than actually having a good conversation. We're going to ride what Dean Withers says because that's my daddy. We're going to ride what Charlie Kirk says because that's my daddy.
Tell the world why I am not a godly man. You are, by
the way. Now, I realistically agree with one of these guys more than the other politically, but it doesn't matter. I equally get pissed off at these people because what they're festering, what they've created is not good for the future of discourse and the future of conversation. And I'm someone who loves everything discourse. I love these debates. I love these deep conversations, talking about why are we here? Why do these politics matter? What is this? Why is this? I think this is a great way for humans to move forward. But if we have these gate-kept communities, if we have these bars that are put up between groups, we'll never have a productive conversation, ever. Real quickly though, I think it's fitting if we change scenes. Well, now that we're back and we've changed scenes, I'd like to talk about my two final points, my two main points that I want to make. Mob mentality and how large creators use that against our society. And my biggest point, number two, rudeness in conversation, constant interruptions. Just unpleasant to be around. These unpleasant, horrible influences are going to be the main people leading a community that it needs to be founded in respect and cordiality, or else we're gonna falter. We're gonna fuck it up, guys. Concerning mass hysteria, one thing I noticed with these creators is the idea of brainwashing. Now, a lot of the time it's something implied. It's talking about the cognitive dissonance of the opponent, or something about this idea that, one side has been completely, their brain cells have just been eradicated, just gone out of their head. I see this a lot in comment sections, people complaining about, oh my God, the left is so brainwashed. Oh my God, the right is so brainwashed. Dean Withers and Charlie Kirk, to me, played directly into this. With these overly clickbaity titles, talking about how brain dead the other side is constantly. We see this on both sides. Now, the reason I have such an issue with this framing is 9 times out of 10, people have a good reason to be on the side that they're on, at least in their mind. Being a conservative, we can logically deduce, hey, I can keep my traditions, I can live in the godly state that I want to be in, and I can have the free market that I want to be in. On the left, I can have the progressiveness that I want. I can have the understanding and the community that I want. X, Y, and Z. There's a lot more to it. I'm being very vague here. But my point is Charlie Kirk and Dean Withers, instead of trying to approach this with the intention of explaining the other side, or to the other side, hey, here's kind of where I am, and reaching more of a common ground, they completely try to belittle the side that they're going against.
What do you think the biggest threat is to the United States currently?
The American left.
Really?
For sure. I know it's a big statement, but more so than Russia, more obviously than Chinese Communist Party and the cartels, is that we have a ruling class that hates the country.
What's so bad about this is it demonizes the other side. Now, of course, you can disagree with the politics, you can disagree with what another side is trying to push, but I think that this also demonizes the people more specifically. A lot of these people are, again, just people in a crowd, just believers. That Charlie Kirk has festered, Dean Withers has festered, they have just festered these communities, and they just go against each other. It is Roman warfare. It's just Colosseum shit, and I don't like it. Now, I believe that if Charlie Kirk and Dean Withers truly cared about giving the other side their political views and changing the minds of the others, they wouldn't be going about it in this way. They wouldn't be going against 100 Trump supporters. They wouldn't be going against the radical left. They would be trying to understand, and they'd be trying to change, alter the world. Great thinkers understand that this idea that we can just barbarian our way through problems won't work, and it clearly is not working here. Now, this is the problem. How many minds have these two changed? How many? The problem is you can guess and say probably a few 100%. But the thing is these videos pander to a hive mind. They pander to that crowd. They pander to the mob. If you're on the right, you can watch Charlie Kirk dunk on snowflakes. If you're on the left, you can watch Dean Withers show these Trump idiots who's boss. Is that politics? Is that the discussion? Is that how we push our people forward? From what I'm seeing, from where I'm standing, I don't believe so. I don't believe at all. It feels vindictive. It feels like we are trying to seek vengeance, trying to enact our will onto others, and it's not working. So think. Actually think. Is this how we want to go about politics? Is this what we want it to be? Is this debating? Well, that's for you to decide.
Just hang on. One question there. If I allow you to follow. Oh my goodness, I'm muted again.
We agreed that in order.
I don't want to make this segment just talking about how Dean Withers and Charlie Kirk are assholes. I think that's really reductive for the conversation, and overall, that's just gonna, make me look like a fool. But I will say, they use a lot of the debate bro tactics of the 2010s and 2015s that have just become so unsavory, just so unnecessary. Whether it be, treating our opponents like they're, some infantile cretin, like, they really don't have any thought, and they're just brainwashed. I already talked about this, brainwashed. It all ties together. If Dean Withers and Charlie Kirk really want to have some sort of progress, and I will keep saying this needs to be a more formal, a more actual, practice debate that is talking about something that matters. I think abortion deeply matters to the American conversation, but the way we're talking about it is making it some TikTok bullshit. It's not about the topic anymore. It's about who can pwn who and who can make the funny claim, right?
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely, I am. In fact, it's worse.
A whole lot less of a deal than Joe Biden.
Ah!
Overall, I think these two are quite intelligent people when they really try to focus in. I think they could do a lot of good for our community, our society, and politics as a whole. Here's my issue. They don't. And that's fine. Do what you want. But it's starting to affect our culture. We're going back into that TikTok pwn era, that over-the-top yelling era of debating. And I don't like it. And I've said this already. It's obnoxious. How do we stop it? And what do we learn from these people? What do we learn from this video that I just produced? If you want to be successful in actually getting your point across, in getting people that have more than 3 brain cells to come with you and understand your point, you need to be mature about things. Now, of course I love the good joke. Of course I love the goof and gaff. The issue is if it's your whole entire persona, the entire point, you start to lose an audience that is actually looking for substance. And now it's clips. Some of these video things that I post, some of the clips I used were just going on YouTube Shorts and looking up top 5 Dean Withers moments or X, Y, and Z. because it's all about clips. And I know that's what it's about now, but we need to reel it back for something so serious as politics. Guys, politics has become a joke. I don't like it. Dean Withers and Charlie Kirk are kind of a bit of a problem, but we can do better. We can easily do better. I'd be happy to talk to these two people and explain my points. I would be happy to talk to you and explain my points. Overall, this was just a fun video I made. Just take with a grain of salt, I don't think these people are horrible. I think that debating is horrible, the state it's in, and we should do better. Well, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you've realized that being serious and actually having a good conversation has a point to it. And we don't have to be like these people. We can do different things. You should do different things. I've been Talon, aka Calm Daily. This is my video. Truly, I hope you have a great day. Goodbye. Finally, I can get back to watching Top 10 Snowflakes Who Get Pwned by Charlie Kirk.